So the transition assistance process right now is only done by the Laotian government, but no outsiders, no other agency?
There is no other agency directly involved at this time. The United States government did make a small donation of $50,000 worth of food and other items for returnees, but that's not a substitute for having more long-term development assistance. And to have long-term development assistance, you need to have somebody that's carrying out those projects. Now, whether those would be international staff or locally recruited Lao staff, I think that's all subject to discussion and would be dependent on the type of project and who's administering it. But the intention would be, at least I believe, should be for us to provide assistance on a humanitarian basis so that people can generate the income and or live normal lives.
Do you find it hard that it's because you're working with the Laotian government that agencies are not able to go into the country and assist with the process?
Well, there are many agencies in the country. There's most international NGOs that you would imagine have a presence in Laos and operate there. The World Bank is there. All the UN agencies are in the country. The United States has assistance programs. The issue, though, is providing assistance directly to that group. And as of now, as I said, we don't have full access. That's something that we're discussing with the Lao government, and I would hope that they will take steps to allow that to happen.
Please identify yourself and ask a question, please.
I'm Tad with the Pioneer Press. You may have mentioned it earlier, but what is the exact status of those 158 persons of interest? I mean, do we know exactly where they are, what their status is with government? Because I know it's a particular point of concern for a lot of people here.
Well, the 158, as you pointed out correctly, are identified. They're the ones who were identified by the United Nations as persons of concern. Out of that 158, smaller proportion of that number were referred to the United States for consideration for resettlement. Others were referred to Australia, the Netherlands, and Canada. We're focused on all of them, 158, because they're all part and parcel of the same category of individuals. But we're mostly, in terms of welfare and whereabouts, primarily focused on those among the 158 that were referred to us. Most of them are in this Bongkam resettlement building. Some are not. Some have gone back to their communities of origin. Some are in the Vientiane area. Some are in other parts of Laos. We have, I would say that through cell phones and other sources of information, we have a pretty good sense of where they are.
I mean, are any of them been detained outside of that initial camp, the first camp that you mentioned?
Not to our knowledge.
Any other questions?
I got questions. I just received a call before we come here, sitting there in the chair. One of my cousins, the 185 people who live in Moua. I've heard the conversations more than 1 minute with him a couple minutes ago. He said they have hard time to find food and the hardship and the pressure of the government. They don't have enough resources to help them for medical reasons or food supply, so have to go out to other parts of the country to find food. But due to that limit, they were afraid that they will be accused by the government that they will try to escape or do something else. He's living a great dangerous life at this time. So for your office, do you know for sure these people will be safe in the country of Laos?
The issue of their living conditions is they're in a new area. There was no village there before. They've had to cut down the trees. They're planting rice now, but it's not the paddy rice. It's the cowhide. It's the upland rice. There is enough food, I believe, for people to get by, but not the level of food that people would want to have, the level of opportunity. It's a difficult life for those people. There's no doubt about that. That's why I think it's important for us to be able to provide assistance and convince the Lao government that it is in their interest to work with the international community, to allow outside help to to be able to raise a living condition so that people will no longer be hungry. They won't fear for their families and for their families' welfare, that they will be able to carry on their lives.
Well, you're satisfied from your visit there and from communication through cell phones that people there have a sufficient enough to eat, that they're not starving or they're not underfed?
To the best of my knowledge, they're not starving. Underfed is, to the best of my knowledge, that's probably true too, that they're not underfed. But each family situation can be different. I can't generalize for everybody.
Instead of people who have cousins or relatives in the United States, they will have little money coming here to there, so they'll survive. But those who don't have anybody over here have very hard time to buy anything to help. Or food aid, medical assistance. That's the most difficult for them at this time.
The ambassador was saying that there is a real lack of medical help there, and that is a concern of ours. And part of when I do go there, I hope that we will be able to have access to the village and see what progress is being made on that front.
I think we have time only for one last question. So.
I am Moua with Hmong today.
Last question, folks.
As your term ends, what plans are there to replace you, and is there a possibility of getting a Hmong American on that administration somehow?
You know, I wish I had the answer to that question, but you have to ask President Obama. He's the one who makes the decision who's going to be ambassador to any country.
Did Senator Franken have any input?
I'm sure Senator Franken would have input.
Well, I have not been asked about who will be next ambassador to Laos, or for that matter for any country. But I'd be happy to get into it.
Somebody standing in your left,
with the
please.
State Department. Oh, well, they'd have to retire.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.